Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back. Yeah, the Camp Chef Pursuit. This is one of the smaller pellet grills that Camp Chef makes, and they make this to be a portable one. So the legs fold up. I've done some modifications. If you own one of these, you're saying, hey, how come mine's not like yours? Well, I did take a woodwind side shelf and add it on there. So there's a side shelf. I put another temperature probe. I wanted to look more like the woodwind, so I put a stack on it. And now you're thinking, well, what else would you do to this, Tom? Well, you can see, I put the Camp Chef controller back in just because I put a PID in there, worked just great. But I wanted to do some other things to this. And one of the things that, and this is not Camp Chef's fault, it's a portable pellet grill. So why would you make the pellet hopper huge? This only has a 10-pound pellet hopper, folks. Take a look at it here. And that's one of the things that bothers me. And I think that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to try and do a modification to raise this pellet hopper up and get a couple more pounds on there. So I don't want to make it too heavy, so I make it overly heavy on one side. But you can see how the legs come out at an angle, so that means I can go a little bit higher than if they were straight up and down. And that's a good reason for doing this, is that they actually, with the way the legs are positioned, gives you the opportunity to raise that. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. All right, folks, I took the lid off. That's just two screws and two nuts. I've got just some regular plain sheet metal there. It's not galvanized or anything. 22 gauge. It's 6 inch by 24. I should have got some longer stuff so I could have had one. But I'm thinking about mounting it on the outside. You can see I've got this lip here, and that's hollow in there, so I could put some self-tappers. I'm not going to go, I guess I could go all the way around, but I was thinking of just cutting it and coming in here, and that'll hopefully make my my lid fit a little bit better. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit wider now, and I'm hoping the lid will still fit. There's about a 3/16 of a play with the lid from this side to this side. So I tell you what, let's see how I bet you're wondering how I'm going to bend this. Let's take a look at that. All right, so I have never ever used a brake press before, and I was kind of looking around. I went to Harbor Freight. You know, we all go to Harbor Freight. They got the cheap prices, and the ones they had there were just, yeah, they were cheap, but they really were. You might as well be using your vice. And I wanted to get something a little bit better, so I went online. Grizzly, they make some pretty good stuff. I bought their stuff before, and this was about 110 bucks shipped. So you know, this is gonna do a little bit better than than using a. I mean, you probably could do it if you had some steel. You could clamp it together and bend it up. This is the same concept. So I'll tell you what. Let's get the bending, shall we? I can't wait to try it out. All right, not knowing what I was doing, I did the first bend here. It turned out okay. I went 3 inches this way. I wanted to get into this section right here because I'm going to have overlap on the other piece that'll come around and overlap. I'm just going to be using some stainless self-tappers, and then I'll grind them off on the inside. So next one is going to be to do this one, and this is like 6 3/4 from here to here. And I'm going to just take a square, lay it off, put it in the brake. I'll show you how I do it. Like I said, I've never used one before, so you're learning with me. I got it lined up in the brake here. It is nice. It does adjust very nice. You've got the handles on this side, and one on the other side to tighten it up. Put it in from the back side, and we're just going to lift up. Got it nice and tight, and then I just want to get it vertical. I can check with a level. I got a magnetized level that I can put on our piece. My bench top is level, so I just want to get it so it's nice and plumb. And that's about it. So we'll take it out and give you a look-see. All right, well, there's the first one. That wasn't too difficult. You know, it fits nice and tight. I do plan on putting a bead of caulk at the bottom once everything's on there. But so far, so good. So we'll continue on. All right, folks, that's what it kind of looks like. The lid doesn't fit the best. I got to work on that. I don't know why it doesn't fit so well. I do have a backup plan for that, so don't worry. But that's kind of what it looks like. I gotta believe, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put some self tappers in, and I'm gonna sand everything down first. Put some self tappers in, cut them off, and then you know, obviously I gotta paint this and everything, and then install it in there. But this has got to add at least another 5 pounds, which will bring it up to 15 pounds, which I think is a pretty decent capacity. And I'll just give you some look-sees as I proceed. Well, that's what it kind of looks like, kind of mocked up, not installed yet, got to paint yet. The lid does fit, but it's really tight, so I really don't know if that's going to work. You can see on the inside, I got to believe this adds at least 5 pounds, if not more, pellets to this thing, which will be phenomenal. I do have another plan for the lid. I do have a lid, because when I got my woodwind, the original lid was dented. So this is a new one, so I've got that one, so I could always put that on that too. And that would make a nice upper shelf too. So just playing as we go here, folks. So I'm gonna clean this off real good, get it painted, and we'll give you a look-see once it is painted, and tell you what, turning out pretty good so far. All right, so there it is painted. If you're wondering what I used, I had some of this high heat ultra Rust-Oleum left over. You don't have to use it, it's not gonna get that hot, but I had this stuff left over. It's gloss, that's what I painted it with, and we're gonna start the installation. All right, folks, got the screws in. I'm using self-tappers, stainless steel on the front, and on the side there's actually a channel that goes into. I had to make sure there was nothing in that channel before I did that. And then on the inside, I put those in first. Those are stainless steel also. Got 4 on that side, 2 on this side. It ain't going nowhere. So I am going to take a little RTV black caulk and fill in and just make sure our gaps are nice and sealed up. And I'll get that lid on. I tell you what, let's put the lid on and I'll give you a look-see. All right, there it is. I got to do the caulk kit, but I wanted to give you a quick look. I think it looks pretty slick. I've got the other lid on there that came with the woodwind that was dented. You can see where it was dented, but it's perfect for this. Put a magnetic latch on there, and you can see all the extra pellet room it gives. Folks, I want to get the caulk in there, and then I don't think it'd be right to finish this video without telling you how many extra pounds this actually holds. So I'll tell you what, take a look at that. All right, let's see how much more weight of pellets we can get in this hopper extension. I've got it filled up to the top, which Camp Chef says is 10 pounds. So I've got a little scale here and took from my wife's kitchen, so don't tell her I did that. But I zeroed it out, so this is almost 3 3/4 pounds of pellets. So let's see how far that goes, and let's see what the each one of these is going to be 3 3/4. So let's take a look. All right, so it took 3 of those cups, and that was 3 3/4 pounds. So let's take, I'm trying to do this, 0.75 times 3 equals, so 11 1/4 pounds. So we took this from a 10-pound hopper up to basically 21 1/4 pounds. Not bad, folks. You'll be able to cook all night without worrying. One thing I always worried about this Camp Chef Pursuit was with the 10-pound hopper that, you know, that we'd have an issue with it. So let's take a look at stability, shall we? All right, so let's talk a little bit about stability. So I mean, one of the reasons that I said this was doable very in the beginning was because look at how far out the legs go. I mean, they go all the way out to the edge. So as far as stability is concerned, I mean, it is still very stable with over 20 pounds of pellets in it. So if you're considering to do this, like I was looking at Pit Boss's got their tailgater. That hopper on there, boy, I'll tell you what, it don't look like it's more than 5 to 7 pounds. This would be a good candidate for that. And its wheels, the wheels are on the hopper side on that one, and they stick out, so you could probably do this. And there's a lot of other pellet grills out there that have very small pellet hoppers. So I think this is a viable option. It works for me, and I'm sure it can work for you. Remember, if I can do it, so can you. Tom Horseman at YouTube, folks. I know this is a long video. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for watching. And as always, I really do appreciate it.